go nagana go hopola.
Nhloso and Dintle have been on cloud nine for 5 minutes, but Haibo Girl is already plotting to remove the wife. She clearly is not planning to stay in her side chick position for long. In her mind, she has no doubt this man will leave his entire life and a loving wife for her. Girl, that man comes as a package deal. If you want him, you're gonna have to take him in with his kids and wife, okay? On the other hand, Madlomo is giving full-on detective vibes, from being the timekeeper, searching her man's phone, smelling his clothes for perfume. I swear, with every confirmation that her man is busy, she gets sicker and sicker. She ends up turning to her church for help. Yeah, I can see Mthunzi praying for the spirit of lust to leave Nhloso. That definitely will do it. Of course, when his wife tells him that the pastor told her that a marriage is in danger and that they need to come to church, he tells her, hell to the no. There was this one time when she went to Dintle's store and looks around, and then she says, I guess we equals now, because we all have a store here at little old Kedibone. How the mighty have fallen. I guess this ticks Dintle off because on another detective mission, Madlomo calls her husband, and this is what happens next. Nhloso goes home all happy, back to his ubaba wasekhaya role, and then Madlomo confronts him. His response? He goes back to Dintle, trying to understand how Madlomo could have heard him and found out, and Dintle was oblivious. She denied the whole thing. She then says to him, now that Madlomo knows, let's be out in the open about our relationship. Nhloso looks at her like, how about no? This was supposed to just be a sneaky link. Then he throws in the don't call me, I'll call you line on her. Fortunately, Madlomo chooses herself, or rather unfortunately for him, she asks him for a divorce.
Listen, you did nothing wrong.
I can't. I'm not canceling much.
I'm tired.
Things are looking up for Mthunzi after he saves Taps, Tlhori, and Mdala from the gang. He becomes an overnight hero, literally. And as a thank you gift, he gets promoted to center manager at Kedibone, and his dad is also promising to add him to the will. The fake dad, that is.
Nicely. We have no nightmares.
Except Vuvu isn't buying it. She confronts him about it. From there, it's downhill for her. He cuts off the water supply to a salon and pretends it's issues beyond his control. Except she's the only one experiencing this. She's onto him, and then she starts to play his game by apologizing for the confrontation, but she definitely keeps a close eye on him. She even goes to Dintle and asks for information on him. Sammyday is still eating up Mthunzi's lies, but at least he insists on meeting the woman who raised him, which is Dambisa. Mthunzi gives one excuse after the other. If it's not, oh yeah, she's blind, so she can't travel, then it's, oh, she's actually not comfortable meeting you because she hates you, which should have been red flags. But Sammyday is far too deep in the lies and has become invested in this father-son thing. Mthunzi finally caves and says he will arrange for them to meet. When Dambisa hears about how he wants to scam the poor man, she's initially uninterested, but he of course convinces her, and because she's an enabler, she goes with it. At least there's two more people who can see right through Mthunzi, which is Nhloso and his uncle Ephraim. After the gang members kidnapped Mdala and Taps, they come to the conclusion that those who ratted them out must be Nhloso and his uncle, and I can bet you Mthunzi probably had something to do with this. So this upsets Nhloso and his uncle, and they start to suspect Mthunzi. Nhloso then hears that clown Sammyday speaking to Mthunzi, telling him that he's going to add him to his will. He then goes to Ephraim and tells him all about it, who then goes to Mthunzi and threatens him. He tells him if anything bad happens to Sammyday, the police will get an anonymous call about him killing a whole entire gang. Mthunzi then shows his colors and threatens him back and tells him, On the messier side of life, Kedibone gets a taste of fast cash at Bechafela when they had a promotion and she won 500 rands. Now she's hooked. One small win and she wants more. She disappears, she lies, she dodges her family, making up stories about her whereabouts. And now that she's dating Ephraim, she is juggling new mjolo and a full-blown gambling addiction, which is, let's be honest, very exhausting. 1 minute she's playing the loving girlfriend and the next she's vanishing into thin air for hours. And when she reappears, it's stories on stories. This will definitely not end well because she has to keep up with all these lies that she's telling. This gambling thing is turning her into a thief and she steals from her own mother. On her boyfriend's birthday, she spoils him with some soccer VIP tickets and a watch. The tickets were organized by Botsotso on a highly discounted price, but because she's knee-deep in gambling, she's unable to pay him, so she ghosts poor Botsotso. He hunts her down until he finds her like he's some Kolani from X-Repo or something. Well, that's it from the world of scandal this week. Catch you on the next one.